right? I know.
Oh, jeez. So I have about an hour to make lunch for my friends, and I was gonna make these inari pockets with some different mixes on top. But unfortunately, I found out that I misread the label, and there's freaking clam and oyster in this, which is very upsetting. Why is that in tofu pockets? Why? Normally the package that I buy doesn't have that, so like I didn't think about it as a possibility in this, so that's my mistake. Will not be making that again, but I've cooked some rice. I'm making this for 2 omnis and then me and Eddie, so it's not a huge deal. They'll be helping us eat it, so like we're not gonna be eating all of this. And I take refuge in the fact that clams and oysters are bivalves and have no central nervous system. I still won't be buying it again, but you know, at least there's that. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be making some food. Enter the montage. So if anyone is about to hate on me for eating this, even though I'm aware that it has oyster and clam extract, you're probably just gonna want to walk away from this video because, spoiler alert, I ate it. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm reiterating here that I'm vegan for the animals and the environment, just to be clear. However, if I make a mistake and buy a non-vegan product, which still happens from time to time, unless I'm allergic to it or I can't give it away, I usually just eat it because I don't want to waste any food. In this case, I needed the tofu pockets to make the lunch for everybody, and that's all I had. Plus, as I mentioned, since 3 of the people we were hiking with aren't vegan, it makes no difference to them anyway, so for them to eat it really helps us in the end. Along different points of my journey, I think I would have felt differently about this mistake. A few years ago, I probably would have been a lot more broken up about it. I probably wouldn't have eaten it, and I probably would have thrown it out. Now, food waste is something that irks me, so if I can help it, I will always try to make sure that it gets eaten somehow. It's my mistake, and I try to learn from it. My philosophy with being vegan is that you might make a mistake, and you might make a mistake again. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes brands change their products, you grab the wrong one, or you just don't pay attention. The important takeaway is that you learn from this mistake and you move on from it. So for the lunch, I'm making these stuffed inari pockets with 2 different kinds of rice. One I used with furikake and lots of sesame seed, and the other one is made with the sort of pre-mixed vegetable bit thing from the kit that I got. I'm using some vegan crab that I found at Coven and vegan shrimp, which I normally get from my Asian grocery store. I either go to Nations or Thanh or Coven. All 3 of those places have the vegan shrimp, so I will link a couple videos in the corner or down below if you guys want to check out more about that. But I'm pretty sure the shrimp is made by the same manufacturer. They're just packaged by like 3 different companies here in Canada, so you do whatever you want to do. They honestly all taste the same. So for the 2 different mixtures, I'm using crab separately and shrimp separately. They're basically the same flavor profile. I'm using vegan mayo as their base of the sauce because it's like a shrimp salad. And then I'm using some green onions. For the crab salad, I use Old Bay seasoning. So I used about like a teaspoon in there. I didn't really measure. You just kind of use whatever you feel like using. It's kind of fast and loose recipe here. For the shrimp one, I used sriracha because I wanted a slight difference in the flavor profile. The overall consensus for my friends was that they liked the Old Bay spice a little bit better. I started to stuff all of the inari pockets with some of the rice. I only used about like a tablespoon or 2 of rice in the pocket. Normally for onigiri, I feel like we would eat a lot more rice in the end. I cooked 3 cups of rice for 5 people, and then I think we only ended up using 2 cups of rice because you can't really fit that much rice in the inari pockets if you're putting other stuff on top. Yeah, it wasn't like as much carbs as I normally would use for like a hiking type situation, but honestly, it's probably fine because one of my friends is diabetic, so fewer carbs is probably better. And I like that the tofu pockets had protein because they are tofu skin, so that is pretty nice. So I stuffed these into my bento boxes. I'm surprised at how much I've been getting a lot of use out of these, even though I work from home and I don't eat a lunch anywhere, but Eddie uses a black one pretty much every day for work. They have warped a little bit in the dishwasher, so if you can avoid putting them in the dishwasher, I would recommend not putting them in the dishwasher. They are just like a really nice shape. They hold a decent amount of food, surprisingly, for the size that they are. Like, you'd be surprised at how full you get off of eating like 2 trays full of food. But it's been really good. I like using it. Eddie really likes using it, so I'm glad that I got it. I think if I were to buy these again, I'd probably get like the bigger square one because the 2 layers are bigger and you can like incorporate more stuff. And since I use this a lot to like bring food for lots of other friends, I feel like the bigger size would be more convenient for me personally. But for just like one single person to eat for lunch, the regular size bento box is like more than enough food. And like that's coming from me, and I eat a lot of food. So I had a bunch of extra rice left over, so I made 3 onigiri on the side and just stuffed them with avocado. I would have added more avocado to the rest of the inari sushi, but one of my friends is allergic to avocado, so you know, I wanted to avoid making her stomach upset because that sounds like a terrible thing to do to a friend. I've also been reading a lot lately, and I got a new Kobo, which is very exciting. I've been reading books for free on the Kobo, which is way easier than what I was doing before with the Kindle. So, you know, I feel a little bit less bad about where my money is going, and I'm supporting libraries, and I'm using my taxes by borrowing books from a library. And the one-time purchase of the Kobo has yielded infinite books. It's amazing. I mentioned this before. I've been like an avid reader since I was a kid. I took a bit of a hiatus from reading when I was in university / required reading and all that kind of stuff, and I've only really started getting back into reading now, and it's been really, really nice. So if you're interested in the kind of books that I've been reading, I will link my Goodreads down below. A couple of you have messaged me about like a booktubing video. I don't really know. I don't really watch that many booktubers, but if you guys are interested in me talking very fervently about the books that I've been reading lately, I would love to do that, especially because Such a Fun Age was a really, really good book. I put my review of it on Goodreads and on my Instagram highlights, so if you guys want to check that out, you know where to go.
Hi, baby. Oh my goodness. Hello. Hello. Hi. Oh, yes.
So for our hike, we went to Mountsburg Conservation Area. We had to make a reservation in advance, and we registered 2 cars because one of my friends is coming from London, and then Kayla carpooled with us from Toronto. So it was a pretty good time. The trail was actually like not that packed. We only ran into like maybe 20 people at most. We reserved like 2 hours. I feel like we probably needed more time. I think we were like an hour late leaving from our reservation, but there weren't that many people anyway, so it wasn't like too bad, and it seemed like there was still plenty of parking, so I don't feel too bad about putting anyone out. We just kind of got lost in the woods, but it was really nice, and the trees right now are just so beautiful. It's so nice.
At long last, the vegan returns to the vlog. This is my show now. Get wrecked. She's thoroughly wrecked. This is behind the scenes of Lisa walking back to the trail after taking a picture. Meanwhile, holding up the entire group, waiting for her to come back. Here's your phone.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We stopped by the picnic bench close to the beginning of the trail to eat our lunch, and it was very delicious. I brought some salad greens and some extra herbs because my friends appreciate the extra greenery. I think that was an excellent choice, and they all enjoyed it thoroughly. This was actually like the perfect amount of food for the 5 of us. I really enjoy feeding my friends, and I'm glad that I'm still able to do that even when we're on a hike.
We found the lookout. It was at the very beginning. Oh, we're not allowed to go. Womp womp.
So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along this hike with me and making this hiking food, picnic food, lunch. I don't know, really, portable food. I just really like eating portable food. It's always a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. As you guys can see, I have some new graphics coming in. I recently got an iPad, so I have been animating and creating all these things by hand, and it's been so fun. And I have a new exciting announcement for next week, so stay tuned. Hopefully everything is going according to plan and you'll see everything unfold. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a delicious day. Bye.
Another selfie?
This is my vlog now.
Oh, wait.